All right. Hi, we are live. It's Fitness Friday. We're gonna just maybe, if you are just joining us, please say hi. Maybe just click a thumbs up so we can see that you're here. As always, if you have any questions, Steph's going to be showing us how to firm up that butte. Even if you have 5 minutes a day, you could be doing something to improve that. So I'm excited about that. But let's give everybody a chance to get on here. And maybe we'll just kind of recap, because we got this whole concept of 5-minute workouts. And we're going to do one that focuses on the backside today. But how many of these would you need to do in a day? So let's say you got 5 minutes. And hi, thank you for joining us for Fitness Friday. And by the way, if you got any questions, feel free to post them and we'll ask Steph your questions for Fitness Friday. Okay, so the 5-minute workout that we're going to do today has to do with the backside. And how many of these would you need to do in one day? Is one enough?
You know, it really depends. If it was that simple, then everybody would be able to do it and everybody would do it. So there is that little bit of a caveat. However, 5 minutes is better than nothing. But what I try to tell people is if you can do, like we talked about last week, when you wake up in the morning, maybe you move your body for 5 minutes and you do one of these 5-minute workouts. And then maybe in the middle of the day when you're starting to feel tired, you pop in another one. And then maybe after dinner, you do one more. So if you can do at least 3, I would say most days of the week, you're going to be feeling so much better. And what happens typically is if you do it for 5 minutes, you're going to want to do it for longer. So maybe bunch it all into one on some days and do 10 minutes, 15 minutes, just to kind of change it up. Okay,
sounds good. So my resistance bands arrived. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
You know, I have no idea. I have to admit, I'm intimidated by these because I have no idea what to do with them. Is this something that we're going to be using in today's 5-minute workout? Or maybe before we even get to that, what can I use these for? How do I use these?
So they are so great. And the reason why is there are different types of resistance bands. They are the kind that you and I both have right now in our hands, where they're circular. And you're going to notice, if you were to look online for exercise equipment right now, that there's all different types, and it can be really overwhelming. The color usually indicates an amount of resistance in pounds. Okay. So what I tell people is get a variety. You don't usually just buy one resistance band. Right. They usually come in packs. I think you said you have 3.
I have 3. So I've got the purple one, the pink one, and the green one. Now, I have to admit, because I've never used it before, I thought maybe it was to go with different outfits.
Yes.
I always feel better workout when my stuff coordinates. But I'm hearing, if I'm hearing you correctly, that's not what this is about, the colors.
Well, I will tell you that those ones are way more fun in colors than the good old traditional ones. So you'd probably have to read the packages on what the actual resistance amount is for each one, but you can coordinate them. So we're going to do a 5-minute workout, but there's these kinds. And then there's also the traditional ones that you might see more readily that look like this, that have handles.
Yeah.
So these ones are pretty typical in a gym setting. These work great. For the sake of what we're going to be doing today, we are going to use this style. I think you said you got yours pretty fast, which is nice to hear that things are kind of back in stock.
Yeah, it was like 2 days from Amazon. I was surprised because stuff like toothpaste and laundry detergent takes longer than that these days. So
completely. But you know what? We're going to get that booty work. So, I mean, that's important.
Yeah.
So that's an essential thing right now.
Exactly. It's like Amazon is like, oh no, I know you need these way more than you need clean teeth, I guess.
I love it. I love it.
All right.
So what we're going to, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just going to ask you, so what, we've got this, what is it, what do we do with it?
Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to just focus on the legs and the glutes for the sake of today. Now, I will say this. If you do not have resistance bands right now, this is all something that you can do without having them for the sake of today. This is going to hit and target that area that we want to hit. So you're going to get some core, you're going to get some legs, you're going to get some glutes. So I'm going to start. So what you're going to do, if you have resistance bands or not, you can place these in 2 places. What I mean by that is you can place them above your knees and above your ankles. So each place adds a little bit of a different resistance and a little bit of a different sensation of where and how you're feeling it. So we're going to start with it above the knee. And then what you do is you just really make sure that they're in place for you. So with that, I'm making sure that they're above the knee, okay? And the idea with resistance bands is that you always have that little bit of tension if you really want them to work. That will keep them in place, but it also helps keep that little bit of tension and that little bit of isometric work that's going to be done. So for the sake of a 5-minute workout, I'm going to show you 5, 6 exercises you can do, and then you can incorporate them in the level that you want. Good old-fashioned squats. We hit squats last week. We're now going to apply them with the resistance band. So if you remember, or if you're familiar with squats, it's the sensation of sitting back in a chair. Now, I will tell you, with a resistance band, it really does correct your form even more. So you're going to keep your feet parallel, okay, for the sake of what we're doing to start. What you're going to do is, I can already feel it. I'm not even squatting. I can already feel that my outer hips, which is all part of that glute area we want to hit, right? So you can really feel that right away just with that little bit of resistance. Now, a squat with these is exactly what I said. Keep your feet shoulder width, sit back in a chair. Okay, so from the side, it's as if I have a chair that I'm going to sit in. So with this, if you were to do a 5-minute workout, here's what I would suggest. Your first exercise is squatting. Okay, maybe doing 2 or 3 squats. And then when you're down, do 3 knee openers. And you're going to find that that targets the glutes. Then go back to do 3 squats. 1, 2, 3, hold, and then open 1, 2, 3, hold. Back to the squats. Okay, so you're going to find that this really starts to warm up the backside in a way that you would want to. There's 3 parts of the glute family, so this is going to target all of them with this segment today. So that's number 1. If you want to really target outer hips, which again is important, you want to do some side stepping. So you start off with that little bit of resistance, keeping your feet parallel. That is imperative here, or you're going to lose the sensation. You're going to have your hands in front of you or at your hips to keep your shoulders up, back, and down, because again, it's about posture. And you're going to do little baby side steps just here. Now, you're going to start off and you're going to go, this is no big deal.
Yeah, I was going to say, it looks pretty simple.
Oh, it sure is. And then when you get to the point of doing this for a minute, you start to feel it for sure. Now, you can travel if you want to, add some variety, maybe do 3 steps in one direction and 3 in the other. That actually changes it up. But do a minute of this. Again, and every once in a while, check down at your toes. Make sure you're not toeing out, okay? Yeah. So again, the squatting open for number 1. Number 2 are the side steps. Number 3, you're going to do some jumping jack, okay? So idea that you're going to keep your feet parallel with jumping jack. Here, you're going to pull down with the arms. What that's going to do is you're going to target right back here. So you're going to get that heart rate up. Because the legs are the largest muscle group and the glutes are kind of all a part of that same area, you're going to rev that metabolism by working this way.
So does this help burn fat then?
Yes. Yes, that's exactly it, because you're going to rev that metabolism when you strength train. So that's what's going to put you in that fat burning zone faster than just getting on a treadmill or going for a walk. Okay? So you're going to go here. Now, I will tell you, if you put your resistance band at your ankles, it's a whole different sensation.
I was going to say, I don't know how you would do a jumping jack with this around your ankles.
You can get back to us on that one. Let us know how this goes for you.
No.
So those are your 3 standing exercises. Now we're going to really target also the core and the glutes and the low back, which is all part of that area. Everything is connected. We're going to tackle a plank. We talked a little bit about a plank last week. We didn't demonstrate it, but I want to show you a couple of variations for the sake of your resistance band. So planking is where you stack wrists, elbows, and shoulders, okay? Or elbows and shoulders if you're on your elbows. If you keep that little bit of resistance with the resistance bands, which means you have your feet about shoulder width apart, you feel your glutes right away with your plank. Now, to advance this, you're going to do baby steps, but you have to be mindful of your form with your feet. And what I mean by that is you have to make sure that you're feeling all 10 toes. It's really easy when your body is tired just to get sloppy and feel your low back and your big toes. You need to make sure all 10 toes are in contact with the ground. Back and forth here. Now, again, if you've got wrist issues, you just move it down here to the elbows and do the same thing. Okay? So that's exercise number 4. Then you're just going to roll over to your back. We're going into a bridge. This feels great, but I'm going to show you how to add some extra glute isolation. What you want to do is you want to come up. Weight is on your heels. Okay, so you feel your glutes contract. You feel your hamstrings and your low back. Now, what you're going to do is when you're going to come up, you're then going to open like we did in that first exercise and then come back down. Open, come back down. Now, as you get more advanced and you start to realize that this isn't as hard as it used to be, what you want to do is you want to stay up and just do the wings. Open the knees, and this is straight glutes right here.
I was going to say, it looks like you would feel the burn pretty quickly with that. If you're just joining us, Steph is showing us a 5-minute workout that you can do at home. No fancy equipment needed, just these resistance bands you can get off Amazon. A couple days you can have them. They're not that expensive. And 5 minutes a day, three times a day, and you can have great glutes.
Exactly. And if you don't have the resistance bands, that's fine too. All of those exercises can be applied if you can imagine you have some resistance either above the knee or at the ankles.
I can't wait to try these. And those look like fairly simple exercises. You know, I'm kind of uncoordinated, so I need it to be simple. But I can tell that this definitely takes it up a level of effort and calorie burning. So I'm excited to try that.
Well, and I will tell you, I don't know if you can tell, but I'm glowing. Like just that 5 minutes. It can be effective in 5 minutes if you want it to be.
Absolutely. Well, you can follow Steph to get more fitness and wellness tips at Wellness Squad Collective, facebook.com/Wellness Squad Collective. And thank you again for showing. Yes. I'm so excited. I've been wanting to try these for literally for years, and I just never got around to it. And now I'm going to try the 5 minute. I'll let you know if I make it the full 5 minutes.
You will.
5 minutes.
I believe in you.
Yeah.
That's it. 5. Just 5.
Well, have a great weekend, Steph. Thanks for hanging out with us and for showing us that.
Thank you. Anytime.
Right.
Happy weekend, everybody.
Yeah. Happy weekend, everybody. Enjoy whatever you do. Enjoy.
Yes.